Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 of EZstyle versus Team Keita. This is for the DreamHack Qualifier Finals Best of 3 series. Keita took game number 1 in one of the most fun fashion I've ever seen. One of the best wombo combo lineup. I'm still saying Silencer should have been picked, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue with it. Global Silence does have a crazy long cooldown, but so do those ultimates. If you're able to pop that Global Silence at the right time, man, that fight would have gone a lot differently. Pretty much the same bans we saw last time coming out here again. I'm interested. I guess what's interesting for me is will we see any of those Wombo combo heroes get banned? Will we see the Riki get banned? Or does Exgosu just think they lost because of execution rather than hero picks?
I think it's really the Darkseer. He was the enabler for a lot of it. The surge for the TIE Hunter to run in, you really can't get away from that. The vacuum is just kind of, salt on wound kind of thing. But no, they're going to ban the TIE Hunter instead. Keita, one more ban before giving the first pick back to Last Hit Magic. I do believe Last Hit Magic is going to try to draft his way to Enigma. Whether it's probably not going to be a first pick material, but second and third pick, if he's going to get it then, he'll be happy to have it.
Just want to make sure that your sound is unmuted. I don't know if that's just the delay talking, but
That
double
is
check
indeed
now.
the delay talking. Sound is good. Loud and
Okay,
clear.
cool. So Broodmother going to be the final ban. Oh, I think these are identical bans to the last game, except Tide Hunter was not banned. So, first pick, Instant Chen.
Yep. Nothing too surprising here. Keita's going to give that one up. Most teams nowadays are giving up Chen, Complexity being the most notable one. In return, they're going to get themselves a Darkseer and Leshrac. These heroes been, again, picked in combination so often. We're going to see something like a Windrunner and an Enigma being picked up, I'm guessing.
Wouldn't surprise me. Painted Gold showcased an amazing Enigma. Even though he had a lot of one hero black holes, they were just what the doctor ordered, so I would not be surprised to see him at this point. It's going to give them really good pushing power. It'll give them two nice team fight ultimates. And hey, gives you pretty good lane control too. Windrunner and Enigma on the money with these calls.
Hey,
That does leave Riki in the pool, and he can be very strong against all three of those heroes. Will we see him again?
real fast, LD. A lot of people saying my sound isn't on, even though it is on. Do you mind actually, please check it out for me? Sound should be on as the pick and ban.
I hear sound.
Okay.
So, well, maybe it's your microphone is muted.
No.
I
They
heard
hear
myself.
sound. They hear sound.
Okay.
People mad, juking me, b-balling. B-balling, don't troll me, bro. Third pick here is going to be the Sand King here. Seems like it's going to be a magical wombo combo lineup. Now, the big difference between this wombo combo lineup here and the last one is that this one deals damage over time and it takes a long time to actually get anything done, which makes Chen's global heal a lot more important in this team fight. So, and of course, you could try to survive it with items like HP items, hood, pipe, etc., etc. So, Last Hit Magic and his squad will stand a fighting chance. Let's see if the Self Assassin is going to get banned, though. I still believe either team would be happy to pick it up, as the Silence would be very, very good against each other.
Yeah, and somehow he just always seems to find the farm. You know, even if you try to shut him down early, you try and force him to leave his lane. Even if he just shows up with treads, he's dealing crazy damage. So Panda going to be banned. I feel like we're seeing a new meta game fashioned before our eyes here, as the same heroes are either being picked or banned almost every game, and it's not just for these two teams. It's for a couple of others as well. So it's just fascinating to see how quickly the metagame shifts from day to day.
Yeah, you talked about earlier. I'm not sure whether that's more of a... I won't say it's a negative comment, but it's more of a reflection on the scene. Is that a lot of teams like to mimic. And if you see a hero working out, teams pick it up. Venomancer didn't do too well today, so not surprised that he's not being picked up. Heroes like Darkseer and Lesh, big impact in the game, and they're being picked up again and again and again. So let's see if the impact of them is going to be good enough for this game, though, as we are walking into the fourth and fifth man, or the fifth man for both teams.
Vengeful Spirit is available. Shadow Shaman going to be banned out, so we are seeing some of the heroes from the last game that were effective being banned. But Shadow Shaman Blink definitely won them a lot of fights.
Yep.
Locking down that Panda was huge. Of course, there is no Panda this game, but can still be very effective against heroes like Enigma, heroes like Chen. Really any hero, if you can get that Blink initiation off. And Riki, the final ban. Smart ban. They don't have the first pick coming out of this, so they wanted to see if there's anyone available, and they decided to go ahead and ban Riki.
Now, don't be surprised here if Last Hit Magic fourth picks a Crystal Maiden and put that Enigma solo mid. He definitely played a solo mid Enigma today. I think Crystal Maiden is probably the best support you could have when you want to counter Darkseer. Vengeful Spirit is actually not bad as well, because you could actually pick the Venge so the enemy don't get the Venge, swap away your Blackout. That is a very viable choice. Give you a very, very strong ganking party of Crystal Maiden, slash Venge plus the Chen. And then you're going to have basically 3 solos, the Windrunner, Enigma, and something else. Now, of course, that could be me theory crafting, so let's see what Last Hit Magic... Last Hit Magic is actually picking here, not Pain to Go. Alright. I guess they were not happy with the draft that Pain to Go did last game.
Might just be coincidence.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily read too much into that.
Right.
They are taking a lot of time with this pick, which is smart because this next pick is really going to determine how the rest of the draft shapes out. Both teams probably going to be looking for another support. Enigma and Windrunner can be on support, but given that they already have a Chen, I would expect to see Enigma and Windrunner in more farming-oriented roles. There's Venge, and then they're probably going to be looking towards the carry. I suppose they could go all in with early game, but that didn't work out overly well for them last time, and that was with a really strong hero in the Panda who's not available this time around.
Yeah, if they want to go for a carry, there's some viable ones. I guess Dragon Knight could actually make a comeback here. Dragon Knight is one of the better pushing carries. Spectre's, the flavor of the month, at least for complexity and MTW. Void is always there. So there's a lot of choices. Let's see how creative Last Hit Magic is going to get. Keita, it's back to them. They could pick up a Crystal Maiden here, but I feel like that's a pretty weak pick. It doesn't really do too much other than, frostbiting a Centaur creep from Chen. I'm not sure if that's what they need.
It gives them some mana, but that's what Arcane Boots are for. You don't want to pick CM just for the aura. It's going to be a Beastmaster. I like that pick. Gives you a reliable way to lock down both the Chen and the Enigma. Roar is very strong, gives you good initiation range, gives you a hero that can solo. They do have a lot of heroes that need levels and farm, though. So the question is, will they pick into a jungler with their final... I guess Darkseer can go into the jungle, but we haven't seen that too often.
Yep. Also, the question is whether Beastmaster is going to go the Aura build or the Call of the Wild build. Seems like Call of the Wild is the better choice here, given the fact that there is a lot of ganking potential coming from the Radiant squad. Although Aura build, always makes laning a little bit easier if you want to push. Always makes your mid game a little bit easier, as it does increase your attack speed. And we're going to see Tiny, the Stone Giant, being picked up here by Last Hit Magic. So 3 solos, 2 junglers, and mass amount of ganks coming in from Last Hit Magic.
Yeah, I doubt we'll see double jungle this game, but we certainly could. I wanted to mention, I don't see your starboard, so you may have forgotten.
No, don't worry. Don't. I got it under control.
Okay.
You trust me? You trust me like I trust you?
I just don't see it.
So. All right. It's all good then.
10 seconds remaining.
It's not visible on the stream, I'm just saying.
It's not meant to be visible on the stream right now, because we're in the pick ban stage.
Okay.
Oh, you got it? All right.
Final pick for Keita coming up. They don't really have a carry. Leshrac can do a decent job, but, if their BKBs get picked up with the enemy team, not going to be too effective in the late game.
We saw Shadow Demon being extremely effective against Tiny. Remember that in one of the games? I think it was Absolute Legend versus Zenith, it was? So, hey, maybe a trend. Because Tiny would jump in, and if he doesn't burst kill you down, you disrupt the target that he's focusing, and suddenly Tiny is completely out of position. That's something.
Was that today? Or
that was
that
today.
Another?
Man, we casted so many games today, and you're forgetting already?
I'm losing it. I don't even remember that.
Getting old. Getting old.
Oh, boy.
They're
taking their time with this pick, though.
It was X Musica's Tiny against Zenith's Shadow Demon, I believe.
Yeah, what do you go for here? Dragon Knight wouldn't be too bad for them either, I feel like. I don't know. Maybe Lifestealer. I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm assuming they're going to pick up a carry. I say that, and they probably won't. But maybe it'll be something unconventional. Sniper could be good with all these strong initiating heroes. It's going to be Viper.
Yeah.
Pretty tanky. I like the choice because there's a lot of magical damage on the Radiant, and Viper can tank that pretty easily with his natural magic resistance, and if he generally builds himself pretty tankily.
Yeah, we see a lot of teams like Dara and Navi use the Viper in combination of the Darkseer. So the Surge goes on the Viper, Viper just runs in, and no matter how good your positioning is, he'll find you and ult you and kind of just start a team fight like that. But if you look at the team fight potential of the Dire Squad, it's very single targeted. The 2 ultimates coming from the Dire Squad on the Viper, on the Beastmaster, is against 1 hero. And, Chen could easily send someone back. Chen could just heal. I'm not sure whether Viper is the best choice here, but we'll talk about that after we introduce who's playing what. Kurok is going to be on the Tiny. Last Hit Magic on the Chen here. The Face playing Windrunner again. Painted Ghost solo mid Enigma, not surprising. And on the bot lane here, we have Mikey playing support on the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, Mikey's going to be on that hard support role. It looks like we're going to see Nikwa for Keita soloing the bottom lane as Darkseer. Walida probably going to be farming top on that Viper. Bonzaja playing a support Leshrac. He's got a smoke will we see some sort of jungling antics? Destiny headed towards the top lane on Sand King, and Quick's going to be playing that Beastmaster mid. He's doing a bottle rush.
Yep, Wall Eater played a Stealth Assassin, or Ricky, in the last game. Gonna be farming it up with Viper. Now, every time we see Viper in a lane like this, defensive dual lane top with jungle, or even a tri-lane mid, what they really want to do is basically draw us, draw all the pressure off the Viper and make sure he gets the last hit. Last time I think we cast this game with the Viper in it, it was in the Premier League, and he got about 7 creep kills per minute, 70 creep kills in the 10-minute mark. That's absolutely insane. If Wall Eater could get anywhere near that mark in terms of farm, he would be a beast of a hero. Viper, no, he might be going mid, in fact. Solo mid Viper, good old school stuff.
Huh. Interesting. Looks like they adjusted their lanes. I didn't catch, did the ward, I don't know if the ward saw anything bottom or if they just had a change of heart. Maybe they were just sending everyone top at the beginning. Viper will be decent against Enigma. I feel like this is a pretty even lane. Neither hero is going to be able to kill the other unless they're really out of position. So it'll come down to the Chen mostly. Will he be able to get off some early ganks? The Dire less likely to be aggressive early. They do have the smoke on Leshrac, so we could see Sand King and Leshrac looking to set something up. But more likely they'll be trying to get levels and support this Beastmaster early on.
No, they definitely wanted the Viper top. If you look at the Beastmaster, he was saving for quick bottle. Now the Courier is coming for whatever he just bought for himself right now, for a different laning build. So this is not, their plan right out from the gate for Keita. So they had to make some adjustment. Probably not the best we want. Again, a change of lane here as we see Viper going up top, maybe going for the first blood. But against a Windrunner, that's really not going to happen. They're going to try, and they're going to fail. And this is going to be a very dangerous and a costly lane switch for the Dire squad.
Wow, musical lanes here. They go back to the original laning arrangement. I wonder what's going on in their team chat. I'd be very curious to hear it. But either way, it looks like they've settled in now. Wall Eater will be farming top. I think this is the correct way to lane it, as Viper will have an easier and safer time all the way up in the top lane. And he's your most important farming hero, at least in my opinion. So certainly the other heroes can benefit, but Viper without farm is very useless, whereas these other heroes can contribute with stuns and with some supportive spells.
Mikey doing a very good job keeping Darkseer out of the lane, but despite of that, Darkseer already level 2.5 and working to level 3. He does have the defensive ward to see any kind of gank wrapping around that patch of forest, so he should be okay as well. And meanwhile, Chen does have a Smoke of the Sea, won't be using it right now, just a little bit tornado farming. Very, very cute. Back on the top lane here, a lot of pulling here for the Keita squad as well. And not much action on either side of the map. Let's watch mid, I guess. That's really where the action is going to be coming in. And we're going to have, Call of the Wild build coming here from Quicks.
Yeah, it makes sense with your solo mid. Enigma can push, but he's also denying creeps, and generally when we've seen Painted Gold play Enigma, he's more farming in the mid game, or in the early game, and then once he gets, like say, the Chen coming mid, then he's looking to push. And honestly, Beastmaster R is nice. It's not going to do too much versus a big Chen creep wave and the Eidolon. So I think this is the correct build to help spot out those smoke ganks. Well, not the smoke ganks, but standard ganks. Speaking of smoke ganks, we are going to see one coming mid. Will Enigma be able to dodge this? He's in a precarious position. Painted Gold hanging on the brink of death. Looks like... Oh, the Courier might get ganked.
Uh-oh, Burrow Strike in for the kill. He's going for it. That's totally worth it. Even if the Sand King dies, Destiny a little bit trouble, but Painted Gold in bigger trouble. Destiny will give up the first blood at the cost of Painted Gold's death. That was well worth it, man, in my opinion. 175 times 5. Don't make me do the math, but that's a lot of gold.
Not only that, the Courier is not available now, so of course Painted Gold will have a chance to spend a little bit of money, but for the most part, he's going to be on his own for the next 3 minutes. Overall, the gold is going to favor Keita off of that. Sure, Painted Gold got some EXP, but that EXP also went back the other way when he died, so yeah, definitely a win for Keita. Just unfortunate, and generally you don't see teams with a walking Courier at that stage of the game. So I'm a little surprised. I mean, they have a Chen. He could definitely have upgraded it, but opting to go for Boots, it looks like.
Yep, that Boots better get them like 4 kills, because so far, not worth it. Centaur is going to get picked up here, although the Stomp is on cooldown. As we do see a Beastmaster very happy on the mid lane. We'll be getting his magic bottle relatively soon. As we see yet another gank coming back on the mid lane. You can see that Burrow Strike, even though he saw the Enigma earlier on, was not able to get close enough because level 1 Burrow Strike only is 350 range. But no, it's going to be a elaborate gank for that Windrunner. They're going to see right in the Windrunner. It was like, yo, bro, this is not fair. Burrow Strike, Diabolic Edict Splitter. Very easy stuns and ganks. And Mr. Face is going to be some sort of sad face now.
Normally, Windrunner is so hard to kill, but when you're up against Leshrac, who cares if you have 100% evasion? He's just going to walk next to you and you die. Another smoke gang coming out for the bottom lane. Neeko might finally go down unless he jukes into the jungle. Is he going to spot this in time? Tiny with the avalanche to initiate surge, but he gets tossed up in the air. Still standing still. Korok's so low, but he is going to live. Dangerous gank, but it ends up paying off. You gotta be happy if your X Ghost to finally get something going your way.
Yeah, actually, it seems like Tiny's getting a lot of free farm, 24 and 10. Meanwhile, Painted Gold in the mid lane, 25 and 5. Massive Magic's got some. Windrunner's got nothing though. That's the downside. As he might actually get ganked. Hasted Sanking's coming right in. No, they don't want to dive that. Let's see how the Viper's doing. Viper's at 28, leading all players, 16 on Quicks, and that's about it. Nico's got nothing. Top tower will be destroyed though. And of course, Banja doing a lot of the dirty work. Who's going to last at this one? Looks like the Dire does. So more go for the entire team, I suppose. Not too bad.
Chen trying his best to push the bottom lane in the interim. Last hit Magic tanking a bunch of tower damage. He did buy the Flying Courier, but they're still waiting for that Walking Courier to respawn so they can upgrade it. And he did go for boots. Wards are going to be dying in the next minute or so, be interested to see if either team gets more aggressive once those wards go down, or if they just ward up again and look to play defensively. Wall Eater's going to be farming very aggressively in this top lane. It's still pretty safe for him because they see 2 on the bottom, they see 1 mid. At most you could have Chen ganking, but Chen was just spotted bottom, so this is going to give Viper an opportunity to farm pretty freely. He's got the ultimate now, and he's got that 0 cooldown orb, so Windrunner's got to be careful.
Yep, and we're going to see a gank behind the tier 2 tower. You know that's cold. That's cold against, you know, that sad face. And before anyone complains about the airplane, I don't have my personal bazooka to shoot it down, so quit it. As you see, ultimate goes on Windrunner, and she did.
Oh boy. At this point, this lane is lost. Windrunner's level 3. Sure, she's got a point. Well, actually, she just hit level 4. But she just can't do anything against these ganks. She doesn't have much in the way of wards. Painted Gold is going to rotate up top. Has to be careful as well. If he gets stunned, he's dead. He's going to hang back for now. Probably going to convert some Eidolons to at least slow down this push. Quicks is taking the opportunity to farm up in the middle lane. Looks like he'll be going for the rune top. So Beastmaster controlling the runes pretty well.
Yeah, I think pretty well is an understatement. I think he's got every single one of them. I guess Windrunner got a double damage, but it really hasn't done too much. And oh, look at these ninjas. They're going to find themselves playing a ghost. Smurfs. Oh, slow reaction from these guys. Maybe they're watching the bot lane here as Karok gets a kill on Darkseer.
Yeah. While you were watching that failed gank up towards the top, Korok actually tossed Mikey in, who used the magic missile. Avalanche followed, and that was the kill, along with the Chen nuke. So nice teamwork there. Of course, while this is happening, Leshrac is happily pushing in middle lane. God, Edict is just so good for pushing early towers.
And that's why
Windrunner forced to rotate over. This is going to free up Viper. He's getting even more of an opportunity to farm up in the top lane.
That's why Lesh is the first pick always for a lot of teams, because it just does so much damage to towers early on. Goal difference, a little bit of almost up to 2,000 in favor of Dire. They are pushing down a lot of towers, so that is to be expected. Beastmaster level 7 max axes will be going back to a single point of Call Wild before getting Aura, I assume. Viper, let's see how he's doing in terms of farm. Probably getting a lot, 44 and 8, so not exactly 70 at 10 minutes, although he could actually still work towards it. Of course, he does have his Nether Toxin very, very high, so we'll be getting a lot of easy last hits.
I really like this ward in the middle lane. Nice job putting a ward on the hill. You really don't want to walk into Enigma or have someone like Tiny set up to toss Enigma in. The Radiant actually have some cool combos they can pull off. Of course, there are a lot of ways to cancel that Enigma ultimate, so it's going to come down to positioning. Maybe they'll use it just for single kills like we saw in the last game. But for now, Enigma's had the ult for a couple of minutes, has not been able to set anything up with it. And every minute you're not using the ult, as we do see a Roar going out on Windrunner in the middle lane. Roar to initiate, Burrow Strike to follow, defensive TP from Mikey, nice rotation. That's going to save Windrunner from what would have been a very painful third death.
Yep, Windrunner's just having a tough time. She's probably got nothing yet, only a boots of speed, and that's it. No phase boot, no mecha parts. As we see Sanking trying to get a dive here on the top lane. These roams are just too good. Karok's going to eat an ultimate, and that's it going to be for him. He thinks he's going to be fine, but really he is not. Burrow Strike's going to seal the deal here. Viper's going to get himself yet another kill, I assume. Yep, another kill goes to Viper. And he is really, really rich right now. Ring of Health is going to be his item. We don't know whether it's going to be a Vanguard or it's going to be something else. I do expect a Vanguard and an Acceptor.
Dive in the middle lane. Black hole at one here. This is how Painted Gold turned the game around last time with his Enigma. That's going to be a kill. It's going to turn into a tower push. Meanwhile, the bottom tower is going down to that Edict. But, I mean, those single hero black holes, don't underestimate them. They worked really well last time around. And the hero lineup is not all that different.
Yeah, I mean, really, they're not really relying on the black hole for team fight, because most of these fights are just, trading nukes here and there. Right now, it's all about tower pushing. And after that black hole, into a successful tower push, it's totally worth it. On the top lane, though, who is going to stop this Viper, and what do you think Viper's going to get?
It's hard to say. We'll probably see a Vanguard. I mean, he's got the Ring of Health. He could just sit on that and maybe go for an Aghanims. That wouldn't be too bad either. As once they start winning these fights, they can chase everyone down between Surge and Viper Ultimate. So that wouldn't be too bad. I want to mention that Enigma had 2750 gold. He is going to pick up a Blink Dagger. Not opting for a Mechanism, but I don't know. How do you feel about that?
And get some gank. Remember that game that we were casting today? As we see, Destiny might be in a little bit trouble. Destiny's gonna lose his Sandstorm as some focus goes on him. Do we have the net? No, we didn't. And the point I was trying to make is that there was a Sanking game that we casted today. The entire team was really far down. Sanking picked up the Blink Dagger. It was absolute legend Snoopy Sanking. After he picked up the Blink Dagger, they came right back, was able to set up a lot of ganks. So I think that was that's probably something that Pain to Go have in mind, to set up some ganks with that Enigma. It's not a bad stun to lead it off, and of course it allows you to have your other heroes chasing. So I like the choice. I like the choice.
Speaking of Blink Daggers, Tiny had 1500 gold at about 3 or 4 minutes in. He ended up going for Power Treads, Bracer, and a Wand. So he did not rush a Blink Dagger. Well, of course, Tiny can't really support a rush Blink Dagger because he doesn't have the mana for it. But sometimes you'll see Tinys get them just to make sure they don't lose the gold or die, and then they'll go back for other items, which are cheaper, easier to farm. Korok in a little bit of trouble here. Wall Eater dropping the ultimate. Burrow Strike to follow. Roar on Mikey. Looks like we're going to see a double kill for Keita. Nobody's in position to help. Chen trying to come in. He still doesn't have Hand of God. Oh my god, he's 6 EXP away. 1 kill coming out. Vengeful Spirit on the retreat. In the end, it's going to be 1 kill. That Hand of God would have been so nice there. That he's still not level 6. Boy, that's
wow, man. That was so good of a play for Tiny. He tossed the Beastmaster away from him, tried to TP out. Nether Toxin at max level, a little bit too OP, was able to cut down Tiny, who has very, very low base armor. Vengeful Spirit somehow lived through that. I thought she was going to die as well. But overall, they got what they wanted, which was a Tiny kill. That will put down Tiny back to 1,000 gold. So far away from that Blink Dagger. Smoke up here for these guys, and they're going to go for more ganks.
Yeah, as the outer towers start to fall for Gosu, you can see that Keita is getting more aggressive. They have more map control. This Viper is scary. At this point, they really have to blow. If not a black hole, they've got to hit every other stun to bring him down. Otherwise, he's just going to snowball and win team fights. It looks like they're setting up on the middle lane. Epicenter is ready. Roar is not ready. But they're going to make a go of it anyway. Enigma diving really far for Leshrac. This could end horribly. Tiny coming in from the rear. Will he be able to save his team is the question. Nice avalanche. Nice toss. Sand King goes down. Wow, looks like a great fight for Keita. It's now looking horrible. Viper on the retreat. 2 heroes going down immediately. I don't know if that was luck or if that was skill by Gosu in terms of their positioning, but whatever it was, big save.
That was skill right there. Toss into Malefice as we see Pain to Go blink forward and move right next to the Tiny Magic Missile, and every stun to follow up. You're right, they needed every stun, but that got them the kill, and they're very happy with that. Conveniently, they're right next to the top tower for the Dire Squad. I think we're getting ourselves a game. Both teams trading a couple of punches, and really, we don't have a decisive lead. Viper was very far ahead, but with him dying here, and maybe the tier 1 going down, I do see some signs of life for American team up here.
Yeah, speaking of that American team, Chen is only 400 gold away from his mechanism. He'll probably get it after this tower goes down, especially if he gets the last hit. Hood of Defiance up on the Darkseer, working towards that pipe. He's pretty close to it, actually. Well, actually, he's 900 gold away. But that's a pretty early pipe, especially considering his lane was not the best. Darkseer always seems to get this farm no matter what lane you put him into. Even if he dies a couple times early, it doesn't matter. 0-2, still going to have, looks like a 14-15 minute fight.
Level 6 Sand King trying, oh, he's going to get a big Burrow Strike right here. They're going to focus on Kurok, I think. Kurok is going to go down for sure. The Orb is going to make sure. They use an ultimate as well. The Black Hole, it's going to get 3. It's going to get 4. 1 kill. Second kill goes down. And now Wall Eater in trouble. No Magic Missile just yet. It's going to try to focus on Kurok. He does kill Kurok at the cost of his own life right now. But Bon Ja trying to get some ding done. But he is going to trade his life for a Chen. Not the best trade. Meanwhile, Nikwa in the center of it as well. The mana is running over from the Radiant. But I think they're going to have more stuns. They will have the stuns. A team wipe in the favor of the Radiant, and Last Hit Magic really has some Last Hit Magic there. 3 Last Hit for a Chen. Triple kill.
Not only has he hit the mechanism, he's got another 500 gold in the bank, so that'll be some more wards. Or working towards those arcane boots. Good lord, Paid at Gold did not catch Darkseer, but he made sure that Darkseer had already used Vacuum, so it didn't matter. Darkseer just stood there helplessly, wishing to God that he had not blown it. That Black Hole, man. Paid at Gold, too good with this Enigma. Probably gonna have to start banning it, honestly, against Gosu the way that they're playing. This hero just seems to win fights for them.
I don't know, man. DGC, who? It's the new it's Pain to Go. He's a new Enigma idol, at least for American players out there. Really good black hole, just always holding it. And again, sometimes I question about his choices to one-man black hole, but whenever he uses black hole, it hits the correct target, it wins them fight, and generally gives them a bigger lead in another territory, whether it's going to be a tower or a Roshan. But here we go, we have more initiation swap into it immediate. Look at how good the teamwork is.
Yeah, it's almost like EZstyle is toying with their opponents and then slowly deciding to up the ante here. They're really putting it together in the mid game, and this is the time when you want to shine with this lineup. They have the strong pushing here. Tiny's got to be close to a Blink Dagger. Wow, he went for a drum as well, so just going tank. I guess you don't need to initiate when you have a Enigma with a Blink Dagger, Windrunner with Shackle, and a Vengeful Spirit with Swap.
Or maybe he's just feeling that he's just not close. Keep dying. I guess he had to go for it. I think he's still gonna go get it right now. When he hits
I'm sure he'll get it at
2150
some
right
point, but he is taking his time.
We have Dark Green coming in, Beastmaster. He will have to roar. He's going to try to do it. Teleport comes in right now. There's a war on Mikey. It's just leave Mikey to die. There's really no way. Chen comes back in. He's going to go down as well. Last in Magic, really. Unfortunately there, he does have the mecha. No teleport score. He is going to go down right here. So 2 free kills when it really just needed to be one. A little bit slip up here for the American squad. And Chen loses his army as well. That's going to actually make him lose at least a minute of time when he need to refine his army again.
Wow, it just the teams keep on trading punches here. I feel like EZstyle gets cocky after big Enigma black holes, and they try to be aggressive, but without Pain of Gold there with the black hole, it's just hard to win a team fight. It's like one team gets overly aggressive, then the other follows suit. Both teams trying their best to get a firm advantage, but so far it's very even. I'm taking a look at the map control here. The lanes are pretty even in terms of creep equilibrium, and let's see, in terms of tower count, we are 1-2, so a 1 tower advantage coming out for Keita. Which is not a big deal, but considering they have three of their 4 towers that are near Roshan up, that's going to give them advantage. If they win a team fight, they'll easily be able to rotate into Roshan.
Darkseer sitting himself next to a double damage rune. Not too sure what he's going to do with that. You know? Just
Wait,
chill.
so can you explain this to me? He picks up the hood, he picks up the headdress, he then goes back for the buckler. I guess there is a decent amount of physical damage coming out, but I feel like he should just complete that pipe.
Is he trying to go for Mecha?
Yeah, he's going back for Mecha from the looks of it.
Well, I mean, probably he's picked it. Oh, Sanking gets searched. He might be picking up the hood just for himself, and then he's going to build a Mecha. Not really for the pipe. Like, the headdress is for the Mecha, I think.
Right, it just seems it's a big investment in the hood for a hero. I mean, it's not like he hasn't been getting his ults off.
Here's the thing.
Actually, sorry, not his ults, but his vacuums.
I'm really not a big fan of putting both the mecha and the pipe. I do assume he eventually will upgrade it to pipe on the same hero, because it gives so much incentive for the enemy side to initiate on a hero like Darkseer. You do want to initiate on a hero like Darkseer. You can shut him down. If you could kill him right from the get-go to remove the mecha and the pipe and the vacuum and the wall, that's a one team fight. A single here, and guess what? You got the best single target initiation from the Venge and as well as Tiny. So. Not too sure whether I like that choice. Tiny, by the way, not going to go for Blink at all. You are right. When you have Black Hole Initiation, you don't need it. So he's going to be going for Accept or Carry. I do like that choice, and the attack speed suddenly makes a lot of sense from the drums.
They don't really have a carry, so this is the next best thing. I mean, Tiny can carry. We've certainly seen Dendy mow down buildings like a boss. If you haven't watched that game, you should check it out. I forget who he played, but they got triple racks.
Dignitas.
After they played Dignitas, and just did so much damage to abilities with Aghanims. Tiny is a really strong pushing hero. So Korok going for the DPS build, and he's got the Vengeful Spirit to give him a little bit more damage, and more importantly, that minus armor.
Nikwa trying to backstab. He will have the vacuum ready. Wall is up as well. Phase is coming in, trying to ward him away. A couple teleport. They do know he's there. Tira is going to scout him out. Time to back up here for the Dire Squad as we see Sanking baiting come in. There we come a net on Nikwa. The vacuum just hit one. The roar on Korok. Not the best target. Defensive swapping use. Black Hole is gonna be up on everyone as we see everyone dying on the Dire Squad. Hand of God comes in. No one dies just yet, but they're gonna die soon. Viper trying to do his damage, but it's gonna be too slow, and he's gonna get sent home. No, he goes down. And Wall Eater getting focused by 3 or 4. He is gonna go down as well. Toss is gonna finish it off. Another team wipe here in the favor of EZstyle. Huge play.
Wow.
Huge play.
Oh my god, these black holes. After a game where he primarily hit single targets, he's just getting the entire team like an absolute champ. This is going to be a Roshan for EZstyle. They already picked up a tier 2 bottom, so that map control slipping away rapidly for Keita. They lost 2 towers in that bottom lane. They're not losing Roshan. More importantly, everyone died for their team. This is not the position you want to be in.
Yeah, man. Who do you think the Aegis is gonna go on the Tiny? Yep, Tiny's gonna pick it up.
has fallen to
Makes
the
sense. He's been getting initiated on. I also want to give Mikey props in that fight. It was a nice
swap?
defensive swap there. Tiny was in a little bit of trouble, and if Viper was focusing him, he might have dropped. But between Mikey as well as Last Hit Magic on the Chen, they're keeping everyone alive. It's just so hard to get kills, and you talked about in the pregame, these heroes do not do that much burst damage. It's much more about sustained damage, and of course versus Chen versus Vengeful Spirit, you can often save your teammates in those situations, and we saw it right there.
Karuk just about 400 gold away from the big stick. And he's gonna have some Roosevelt going on. American analogy for American team, yeah?
Yeah, speak softly, carry that big stick.
Yeah.
Stick. I don't think Korok's actually said anything in these games, so he's sort of fitting that role right now.
Yeah, man, he's mad trash talking on Vent. You know that.
Let's take a look at the item progression here as we are going to see Chen picking up a Vlad's, Enigma with a BKB, 4-staff, even a 4-staff on this Windrunner, who was not having fun earlier, Urn on Mikey, as well as Arcane Boots, very farmed Vengeful Spirit. Perhaps most importantly, he's hit level 11. Everyone on the Radiant have their level 2 ultimates. Meanwhile, on the Dire, Leshrac is level 8, Sand King level 8. So they're nowhere near level 11, which is especially important for that Sand King. Yasha is up on Viper. I don't know about that item selection. I feel like either going tankier or maybe going for BKB would have been better. But either way, he's committed at this point. Probably going to go for a Manta next. I mean, you can sit on the Yasha. But going for damage when I feel like he needed to tank up more.
Yep. I don't think Yasha's going to be it, but right now, the Dire squad, they need to win a team fight. But really, they're not a team fight squad. I think they need to go for gank. But right now, the Radiant playing very smart, just playing, staying as 3 or 4, and wait for that black hole. 28 seconds up, and now Enigma has a black king bar. So really, Roar is the only way to get them out of this mess. Here's a smoke gank. Yep, this is exactly what Keita need to do. Hopefully, for their sake, they will be able to get up a gank before that black hole comes online.
Yeah, Smoke of the Seat was used. We're going to see Wall Eater leading the charge. Might be able to catch Last Hit Magic, who's a little bit out of position. No, he's going to back off, and looks like nothing is going to come of this smoke.
Yeah, Painted Go. It's going to blink out. He's going to be fine. Venge is going to TP out. So, it did force a couple of... I guess they killed a Wauken. Is that worth it?
I mean, it's better. I guess you get the gold back, but the more important thing is the smoke cooldown. I mean, you talked about Beastmaster Roar being the only reliable way to stop that black hole at this point. I think he needs to get a Blink Dagger and just sit like a million miles back so he can blink in and roar to cancel. As otherwise, I just don't. Maybe a 4-staff would do the job too. He's been getting caught in every black hole, and as a result, they just haven't had a chance. And now with the BKB, it becomes even more important. His position is pretty much his team's only opportunity to win these team fights. So they either have to avoid the team fights or he's got to hit amazing roars.
Yeah, I mean, the Dire squad can no longer go offensive. Every time they usually roar offensively on a Karok or on whoever else, Enigma just comes in. In fact, Karok seems to be like the debate in most of these sense. So really, they gotta play defensive now, wait for Radiant to come towards them, and hopefully Beastmaster would be ready. Tiny finish that X-Scepter now. Is he? No, he's still holding.
As Darkseer got picked off by Enigma, looks like Darkseer just lit off position in the middle lane. And he's got the pipe and the mechanism, and he still got picked off by only 3 heroes. Double damage Windrunner will certainly help in that regard.
Yeah, so Tiny now goes back to the Blink. Like, this build is just all over the place.
I guess he just wanted to get a little more HP. He'll get the Aghanims eventually, and for now, he's going from War Initiation. I don't think they need it, to be perfectly honest, but it's an option. I mean, we'll see how it plans out. I don't think it matters what he builds. As long as the black holes are on point, it's really not going to make a difference. TP out from Quicks. Will he be able to get away? He will.
Nice.
Meanwhile, big engagement breaking out in the middle lane. Windrunner out of position. Are we going to see a black hole? Are we going to see a black hole? No, looks like Painful wants to back off. He should be okay. Burrow Strike, net. Or sorry, net's on Chen's side. No, he's going to get out. That was close.
Sandstorm was on cooldown. Or excuse me, Burrow Strike was on cooldown. Again, another, I guess a concession price is kill a Tro of Chen. That's fine. They will lose that. Karok will be showing off his new Blink Dagger. He showed it off to the Beastmaster early on. Some nice toss back, but really was not enough to get the kill. And
Yeah,
I do believe he's still going for X-Scepter, right?
I don't think it's going to be an Eye of Skady. What else could it be?
Although we saw Eye of Scotty today on Lifestealer of all heroes, so, anything could happen.
It's certainly an option. They're going to smoke onto the high ground. Looks like the Dire might have spotted that. That was close. I'm not sure. Maybe they didn't. It's a tower deny in the middle lane. Quick's off in no man's land. He did go for the blink. I like the choice. It's really up to him if he can sit back, blink in, roar, and cancel Enigma ult. They can win a fight. Destiny getting caught, getting tossed back to a creep. Is Mikey going to be able to cancel it this time? Swap, not in range for the stun. Burrow strikeout, not going to be enough. Keita keeps on getting picked off, man.
Yeah, man. They're the one that's supposed to be ganking, but really, the Radiant, they're the gank masters here, and having a level 13 Venge really is helpful in that. The swap is just so key. And you talked about that before, but if this Venge hits level 16, I'm calling it GG. I'm calling GG if he hits level 16. And there's that big stick on Karok, and I do believe the mid-racks can be attempted at this point. Look at how quickly he just mowed down Kui Wave.
Yeah, and you got to factor the Venge is going to be amping his damage by quite a bit. Also, if Chen has a Centaur, that'll help too. Looks like he just has a Wildkin, which will only be useful for tanking. But if Chen can find, you know, let's say like the Alpha Wolf, or possibly the Centaur, that'll make Tiny hit like an absolute truck.
Seems like we're going to have a tower trade here. That should favor... I mean, if Team Keita is getting any fair trades right now, they will want that because they're so far behind. Gold chart, yeah, 5,000 gold lead. They're actually going to get the tier 2 faster because the creep wave not really being pushed. No one teleporting back. They're teleporting back to tier 1. Uh-oh, Painted Go. He wants that black hole, but everyone just too far away. Might find himself a Beastmaster, though.
Beastmaster is the blink.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why he's not blinking out. Okay, he finally does. Viper going to run into Windrunner, it looks like. But I don't think there's a Shackle Shot to be latched. Chen creeps doing a nice surround here. Shackle Shot not going to latch, but the net to initiate the Tornado follow. Defensive surge. He should be able to get away. No, Tiny comes in with the blink. Will he toss him back? He will toss him up in the air. Wall Eater still being surged. Swapped in. Oh my god, so many disables coming out here. It looks like he's going to go down. He's trying to do as much damage as he can. It's not going to be enough for a kill. Wow, that's so much chasing and initiation power. So Blink Dagger and Korok working out quite well there.
Yep, and looks like they're going to try to get a push going on. The mid tower is really by itself at this point. Ping trying to push as much as possible before teleporting back. He's only got 900 gold and 2 bracers. That's it. Oh man, this is not going to look pretty. I see Karok could 2-hit him easily.
He can 2-hit almost anyone at this point. I mean, except for the Viper, who's fairly tanky. But I don't know.
We might see a
I don't see
Rax
what they
trade.
can do. This is going to be a very difficult fight.
Is this a Rax trade? That might be it. Yeah, Bon Jaja is going to be leading it off. And Windrunner is going to port back.
You can't outpush this Tiny man. Look how fast that tower is going down. He's definitely the trump card for this push war. Standing in the front lines. This Aegis has to be dying soon. I hope it doesn't die in the middle of this fight for Korok's sake. Big epicenter coming in, but just not enough damage. Defensive swap out. Korok still has the Aegis. They could easily turn this around. Pinnacle pops the BKB. Probably going to look for a black hole. If anyone kind of groups up, no, he's just going to back off. They got the melee racks. No reason to say. Korok goes back in. He's got other ideas. Cleave coming out, picking off 2 heroes. Huge double kill from Korok. Nikwa retreating with that surge. Enigma trying to get in range for Malefice. Not going to be able to. And meanwhile, Windrunner farming bottom lane. Looks like Viper trying to backstab on Painted Gold. This is a time for a 1-hero black hole. Are we going to see it? No, they don't need it so far. Roar coming down on Painted Gold. God, he is so tanky. Korok doing all kinds of damage. Wall Eater trying to kite the best that he can. Painted Gold very low. He is going to go down. Quicks does not have the ult. Korok getting kited. He's still got the Aegis. He's still got the Aegis. Okay, the Aegis does pop. So it doesn't die in the middle of that fight. That would have been disastrous for him. Well, not disastrous because they did get the racks, but it would have been unfortunate anyway.
Yeah, definitely the Radiant side lost more heroes than they needed to, but really, they got the rack, so it doesn't really matter. Windrunner back on the farm train, working on the Hex, just about 1,000 go away from that. Of course, first half is already finished. The goal difference chart is still healthy, 6,000-7,000 goal lead. As we see Karok going for a solo kill. He's got it against the Beastmaster. Up to 3k go for Karok, so we're going to see AC or Mask of Madness very, very soon. I'm hoping for Mask of Madness, man.
It's so good on Tiny. He's already got a decent amount of attack speed. Mask of Madness just puts you into that next level. You can take down a tower in like 5 seconds easily. And if they get any kind of Minus Armor like a Desolator or Assault Cuirass, it'll get just that much worse. There's really no item progression to speak of on the Dire, and I'm not too surprised to see that. Honestly, I just don't think the Dire has a chance at this point, but, we've called games before and then turned out to be wrong, so who knows, maybe they'll pull something out of their bag of tricks, but it's just so hard to beat an Enigma when he's hitting this many good black holes, and of course Tiny just doing all kinds of damage.
Like you said, the propensity of throw is always there. It's always there. We've seen bigger Lee swings. What was that? One game that we casted today, 20,000 goal swing. Something.
Yeah, over 10 minutes too. So
Yeah.
it is there. The potential is always there.
Yep.
But the chances are fairly slim, I would say.
Enigma looking for that level 15 and 16. Kurok 18 already. He is going to go for Hyperstone, so the AC is going to be the item choice. To increase his pushing potential, giving attack speed. Also, minus armor against tower. Wall Eater, that Nether Drake about to go extingo.
Well, unless they go for Darkseer instead, but it looks like Wall Eater's going to be the choice. Yep, late game initiation. Combo going out. Wall Eater getting... Oh, the roar coming out. Will we see an Epicenter? No Epicenter. Wall getting dropped. Vacuum into the wall. Chen, Hand of God coming out. Mikey's on the retreat. He's really tanked. Painted Gold looking for that ultimate. Looking for that ultimate. Nikwa about to go down. Nikwa does go down. Wall Eater is coming into the fight. Finally, Korok doing all kinds of damage. Destiny running for his life. He is going to manage to pick off Vengeful Spirit. Korok in danger of going down. Will he get sent back to base? Last hit magic trying to get in range to do a big black hole coming out. Are we going to see some auto attacks? We are. Toss coming up. He's going to get sent back by Chen. Is it a time? No, it's not. 500 gold going the other way. Painted Gold ultimate is used. Oh my god, they really turned this one around. Oh, the Shackle Shot not going to latch. You cannot run from this Viper. See ya, Windrunner. Wow. Triple kill for Wall Eater, man.
I don't think that was a throw. But Wall Eater saving for the buyback and then immediate TP back, and he's really kiting the Tiny. Tiny, again, he does a lot of damage, but at the end of the day... Yes.
Hey, Lumi, guess what?
Guess what?
Roshan's back up. That is like the best possible timing in the world to win a fight. So
Well, the question is, do they have the DPS output? It doesn't seem like it. It will take them ages to bring it down. There's a boar being summoned. I mean, they don't have any Medallion Courage. I say someone just buy Medallion Courage and just bury it in right now. But Bon Jaja is coming in with the Diabolic Edict. That is a lot of damage coming in. He's going to ward up just to make sure there's no surprise. But, you know, as we see Nikwa pushing out the bot lane, he does have pipe finish. That was actually finished a long time ago. Yeah, the tower is going to go down. The the Aegis is going to end up on Wall Eater, I assume. And we might get ourselves, again, a game.
Holy crap, if Keita comes back from this, I mean, that would be something. That would be just a day of amazing comebacks all around. Viper gonna go for an Aghanim. I love this choice. The fights have all been prolonged.
Yes.
He's been surviving forever. It's also gonna allow him to kite a lot of heroes you really want to be kiting. Most importantly, that Tiny. Korok had that initial burst of damage, and then he got kited all fight. Viper was all over him towards the end of the fight, and he just wasn't able to do anything. So much damage coming out from the Tiny, but if he can't get next to you, it doesn't matter. And of course, Tiny does not have any natural mobility. He's only really got the Blink Dagger. Sure, his ult gives him some move speed, the drum gives him a little bit, but it's nothing to write home about. Korok going fishing here for a kill. Will he find anyone important? He's going right on Wall Eater, solo kill attempt. This is going to backfire big time. He's going to TP out immediately. Will he get stunned in time? Oh, Roar?
What?
What just happened there? Did he get roared after he TP'd out?
Yeah.
I don't even know how that's possible.
That's like, it makes no sense. That roar transcended time and space.
I am so...
Someone call Einstein on that. Got sun in the fountain. Okay.
Holy crap. Oh boy. Well, you know, Roar doesn't have the longest cooldown, so it's probably not going to be too big of a deal, but Korok, man, that was a bad time to die. So he's pretty lucky to escape there. Meanwhile, Nico going to get caught out. There's your pipe and mechanism, and I don't think he's escaping from this. Nope. Yep, Nico going to drop instantly. Does he have buyback? He does not. Uh-oh.
Tier 2 is going down. I mean, that's okay. Losing Tier 2 at this point of the game is not the biggest deal. In fact, yeah, Team Keita knows that, so they're not going to try to defend it at all. They're going to try to push out mid a little bit, because there is a big wave of creeps coming their way. You got to keep in mind that Keita is down by a Rax. But, you know, all is not lost yet, because if this Viper gets up to the Acceptor, you're absolutely right. One of the best counter against melee carries, BKB or not, because slow will go through. And the thing is, it's a 12-second cooldown. You can shoot it at the beginning of team fight. Oh, he's just getting himself a double damage, but no teleport scroll. That is going to be an issue. It's going to be a long trek back to his base. He's not delivering himself a teleport either.
Oh, I love Destiny's position here. Will Mikey or Face be able to find him is the question. If they get some good scouting, could just win them the game straight up. Are we going to see a howl into those trees? I'm just waiting to see if Mikey goes for it. So far, he's not. Tiny is rapidly murdering this tower. Saul Curtis is not complete. He's got the money, but he's saving for buyback. The tower goes down, and it looks like they're going to back off. A very smart decision. They might have realized that they don't know where the Sand King is, and they don't want to risk eating that epicenter. So a tower down for nothing. Actually, 2 towers down for nothing, including that tier 2. I think they'll take that fight any day.
Yeah, and
that trade
actually,
anyway.
Keita might be feeling a little bit aggressive. They want to go in, paint and go. He's looking for a Blink Malefice on Wall Eater. Wall Eater does have the buyback. Is he going to use the buyback right now or make a complete acceptor? The choice is there. What is the answer for you?
I think you go all in with the Acceptor.
I'm with you, man. You go big or you go home.
If you can't do it in 2 lives, I don't think the third one is going to be the charm. Especially on Viper, who's not the most mobile here. So even if you buy back and you're able to slow down the push, which is unlikely, but even if you are, you're not going to be able to kill anyone with it. So I think you go all in here with the Aghanims, and I think he's looking that way. Yep, going to pick it up now. Wow, this Viper looking pretty tank. 2200 HP with an Aegis and a Manta. He's got healthy armor too, 20 armor. Nice wards coming out from the Radiant. Very aggressive ward up top. Dire focusing more on this bottom lane just because that's where they've been. They constantly have to worry about pushing in, so most likely we're going to see X-Gosu wait for that middle lane to push in, maybe give it a nudge in the right direction, and then immediately go on top. Let Korok tank up in the front, try and right-click that tower down. You always have the swap as well as the Chen available. If things get hairy, you can send Korok out and immediately retreat.
Yep, one thing that Viper needs to look out for is a blink in and toss back. I mean, he could probably survive the Avalanche Toss combo, but he will not survive a 5-man focus. So, of course, he does have the Aegis, so, you know, the situation might be a little bit different. That actually will set up at Epicenter. As we see the power shot, yeah, they do scout Destiny. There's a lot of ping. We might see initiation on him. He's going to go down right from the get-go. Woo! That was a 5v14 fight now. It's not looking too good. Nikwa will be dropping his wall. And of course, we have the initiation from the Viper here. Will it be enough? They're going to focus on Karok. Half HP. He's losing rapidly. Mikey swaps him out. Will it be enough? I don't think so. Mikey on the full retreat. He's going to go down to the lightning. Everyone is dying. The face is chasing, but Viper will have another Viper strike. No, he's going to get stunned by one Centaur. The second Centaur in position. Melee Rax goes down. Who was focusing him? It was the face. The face. I can't even attribute who's going to win as we see. Ooh, he dodges a Viper Strike with a blink. Huge play here. Last hit magic. He's going to teleport out as well. What plays here from the American squad. Woo, we might get a game number 3.
I figured they'd lose at least 2 or 3 more. Panico going back in. Oh, I don't know about this. He does have the Black Hole and the BKB. This could work. But you're still dealing with an Aegis on Viper, so you got to be very careful. Looks like they want to go on Viper. I don't like that target selection if that's the way they go. It could backfire. Shackle initiates. Are we going to see Korok blink in? He's going to go in on the other heroes. I like that better. Nice toss, doing a lot of damage with Tiny. But Korok doesn't get caught immediately. The Black Hole gets canceled. That's not what they were looking for. Korok going to go down. Painted Gold BKBs and TPs out. Windrunner going down. Painted Gold just getting away. Holy crap, that was close. Immediate buyback from Tiny.
A game of miraculously safe lives.
Oh my god.
But as it stands, Team Keita down 2 Raxes. And your heaviest carry is your Viper. I'm not sure whether that's going to get it done.
Yeah, Assault Caress is now completed on Tiny. I think he had it right before that fight broke out. If not, he just picked it up now. Either way, Korok looking pretty scary. That's going to make their next push even faster and even more effective. It's also going to make it harder for the damage to come out from Viper. Sure, he does a decent amount of magic damage, but you know, to finish heroes off, he's really reliant on that Nether Toxin.
That's definitely the case. The Dire squad pushing down mid as hard as they can. A very interesting choice, considering that so Tiny is alive, but they're going to try to go for it before Windrunner comes back. But Windrunner's back in 10.
Well, Black Hole is down, and that might be the most important thing of all. We've seen how good Painted Gold can be with that. Nice delay here on the Tiny Illusion, trying to buy some time. He's got one more to send in to sort of distract Keita. Let's see if they fall for it, or if they just go high ground. Are there any other important item pickups before this fight for the mid-Rax breaks out? I don't really see anything. Just a couple more tanky items coming out for a couple of heroes. Drums and Vitality Boost from a Beastmaster. Nothing absolutely game-breaking. So this is really just going to come down to Wall Eater. Can he do the damage? Will his team be able to keep him alive? He's sitting in the front lines, working on the tower, but not the quickest pusher. Shackle Shot being looked for here, not used yet. Stun on Wall Eater and 2 hero Shackle Shot, but they're not going to follow up. The wall was dropped. That's pretty huge. Now I think you just sit back if you're X-Gosu.
Well, you are losing some damage on your tower. I guess sitting back is also the correct choice. You probably still have Glip, but the initiation goes right on Karok, gets sent back. That was just a little bit of expensive harass. There's a Hex on Wall Eater, he immediately gets sent. Blink Roar goes on Last and Magic, they want him. And of course, Burrow Strike on Destiny as well. But will it be enough? Channel's ultimate, he will get it off. The big AoE damage, Wall Eater very low in terms of HP. Where's Karok? Karok's coming in, the big giant, 1 swing, 2 swing, 3 swing. Everyone is dying to Karok. Destiny's gonna go down. Viper comes back with the Aegis. Will it be that enough? Mikey running out here, Karok doing some big hits. Look at him swinging that stick. He's gonna get the kill as well.
Oh, that surge, the Manta surge almost saved him, but just not quite enough. Wow, Korok hits hard as hell right now. We're gonna see Equa trying to get away. He doesn't have mana for his TP. Oh, he is so dead.
Oh,
Poor Equa.
I think that's the game, right? That is that the game.
That should be game. But you can buy back if you want, but you're still down 2 sets of racks. You blew everything to try and win that fight, and you were not able to.
Man, so this is 1-1. If Keita, doesn't come back with the hand of God or something, with the help of God. But yeah, we're gonna go to game 3, I think, after this.
Wow, this game, man. The first game, Keita just looked totally in control.
Whoa, hold on. Everyone from Dire is responding, and they're gonna back off. So, I mean,
but Keita Gold is playing Enigma, so I don't see how they can possibly.
Aegis is back soon.
Canceled instantly in the last fight.
Aegis is back soon. We could win a fight, take up the Aegis, and that might be another different game. Crazier things have happened.
Well, you said once Vengeful Spirit hits level 16, the game will be over, and Mikey has achieved that. I think he had it in the last fight.
I think we need a...
This is a pretty farmed Venge. It's definitely helping them to sustain in these longer team fights.
I think we need one of those StarCraft GGs.
GG!
One of the epic Korean GG, that kind of thing during on. But well, no GG just yet. Although we are close.
Keita trying to hold on. Maybe think about a smoke gank or something like that. But probably their best bet is going to be to sit on the high ground. Hopefully Destiny doesn't get caught again. He's not going to have enough money to buy back if he goes down.
Man, how good was that power shot scoping out the Sand King earlier? That really turned the racks down. As we see, Karok gets himself what is it? No, he was looking for the Sacred Relic. It's a 36.
That's a bold move. I suppose he could go for Radiance, but most likely it would be a Rapier, or a Divine Rapier if he decides to pick up the Relic. But so far, hanging on to that 4,000 gold. He should have enough money to die, buy back, and get Boots of Travel and come right back in the fight. So Tiny with effectively 2 lives, if he needs them. And for now, they're just going to slow roll this.
I think what you do if you're Dire is you keep standing on the bot lane, and you go for the Roche. Make sure all the the top and mid lane are pushed in. You can go for the Roche. Some very eloquent language on the minimap.
Might have to change your stream rating to not family friendly if they keep this one up.
No, they're gonna go straight in, up at the high ground. There's a wall being used. Oh, there's a vacuum on a couple of stuff. But that wall is only gonna delay. I don't think. Yeah, right now, Radiant has all the time in the world. Sorry.
Yeah, while it's up, they will have an Assault Caress to call their own, as that Tiny Illusion will be granting them that bonus. But if X Gosu is smart, they're just gonna wait that out. They're just gonna kill the Illusion in like 3 seconds. That works too.
No one's defending a tower. They're afraid of the Tiny Jump. Who isn't? He's hitting for about what 500 damage, 40% clean.
The minus armor.
Yeah. More minus armor.
Two-shotting the creep wave, almost one-shotting it. Oh, this is scary. Even Viper, it's gonna be tough.
You know what I want to see? I want to see him toss in a Centaur and stomp. That would be pretty cool. Probably not the best use of toss. There's a vacuum. BKB is gonna be pop. He is slowed down still. Gonna focus on the racks. He's just suiciding on the racks. He does not care at all. Karok winning the game by himself. Pinnacle might stole the show early on, but there's a roar on him right now. He's still BKB up, but look at Karok. Just hitting everyone. He is so slow at this point, but it doesn't matter. Triple racks. GG go last year comes out from Keita. What a game two.
Wow. X goes to winning in style. Korok with just a fantastic follow-up to Pinnacle's early game domination. Big Black Hole set it up. Korok finished it off with that club. And Teddy Roosevelt going to be going into game number 3 feeling pretty good about himself and his team.
Man, I'm feeling pretty good about him as well. We're going to wait for the endgame screen. 43-minute victory here for Mr. Team Karok. And
Man, Tiny just destroying that throne. I think he 10 shots it. Yeah, there we go. Throne dies. Game number 2, going the way of Xgosu. So we're going to be going to game number 3 shortly. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is for the DreamHack Qualifiers number 2. The winner of this game will qualify for DreamHack. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Luminous and LD signing off.